It's me again, Demetrius Andrade, and if you're looking to take your fight game to the next level, try this, the Fighter Stack. Everything you need.
Hey, I'm excited for this fight because both you guys are undefeated, both in your prime, and it's an interesting fight given what you bring to the ring and what he brings to the ring. When you look at Shakur as a challenge and the skills that he has, like what do you see there, and like what intrigues you most about this fight?
It's a high-class fight for sure. It's that's why we want this fight because he's been mentioning, he's been calling out my name for quite some time already, and the fans were starting to believe the fact that he will say that I was scared of him. He will come in a duck and say that I'm just avoiding him. Well, that was never the case. I've never been afraid of no fighter out there, and I think it's the perfect time. He's got the belt. I have a belt. Who doesn't want to be a unified champion? You look at great examples like Tyson Fury. We got Taylor, you got Terrence Crawford, you got Canelo, and it's a beautiful image where they have all the belts. So that's something that we want as well, and obviously Shakur wants it as well. So let's make this fight happen, and it's now here, April 30th, and I'm just excited for this moment, for this new chapter in my life to try to get another belt and continue growing and continue to my ultimate dream is to become one of the greatest Mexican fighters out there.
Yeah, you mentioned the thing, and we've talked about it as well in other interviews, how he's always said like you've been avoiding him. Did that ever get under your skin at all at any point?
I'll be lying if I said it didn't. As far as like, oh come on, you guys believe it? When it comes to the fans. But then I started hearing it more often. When I'm walking around and people say, "Hey, when's the Shakur fight gonna happen?" And when it really surprised me when I was back home in Hermosillo and in Mexico, and they started asking me, "Hey, ¿qué onda con el Shakur?" So I was like, "Oh, okay." So it's out there already. So people know who this guy is. So now it makes sense. It makes sense. At first, nobody really knew Shakur. He was a prospect. Now he has a belt. Now his name is out there. Now it's an interesting fight. Now I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are gonna come to the MGM to see this fight because, it's been built very well because of Shakur, because he's been mentioning my name through social media and he's been asking for this type of fight, and I just want to fight the best. I'm truly just always been wanting to try to fight the best for a long time, and this is the perfect fight right now. This is the perfect fight. This is the fight that should be made, and there's two champions and there's one crown, so one of them's gonna leave with the crown.
Yeah, I always wondered when fighters like tell you stuff like on the street, like, "Oh, you should fight this guy," like how like you guys like take that kind of stuff,
Well, being honest, I've seen interviews and I've seen. Fans go up like that aggressive towards other fighters, yeah. But for some reason, it's never been my case. People have been very kind to me and come up and they ask in a kind way, in a polite way. It's like, "Hey, when is Shakur gonna fight?" I've just been lucky maybe because I haven't had those hardcore fans who yell and then just wanna, just be aggressive with the fan with me. But I appreciate every fan out there that's just been polite and been kind with me.
When you look at this fight, Oscar, what do you feel is like the most challenging thing of Shakur Stevenson and game planning for him and studying him as an opponent?
He's just a skillful fighter. He's a skillful fighter. I seriously doubt it's gonna be those fights that we're used to seeing, where it's a brawl, it's a come forward fight. It's a bloody mess. That's the type of fights that I really enjoy because I like giving the fans what they want. The fans pay a ticket to see a good fight. I grew up in the era where it was Mickey Ward and Arturo Gatti and Marco Antonio Barrera and Eddie Morales, where they gave a great fight and people left excited with adrenaline. And I grew up with that. And that's what made me the type of fighter that I am. I can box. I can go out there and jab my way out and move around and probably win the fight. It might be boring, but I can win the fight that way. But I prefer to go in there and give the fans what they want, which is a good fight. But in this case, with Shakur Stevenson, is going to be different. He said it himself. He's not going to go in there to try to bang with me. And that's okay because everyone's trying to do whatever they can to win the fight. But I'm sure it's not going to be a brawl, but it's going to be more as a chess game where the smarter fighter is going to win the fight. And a lot of people think that I'm just a come forward fighter, but I could also box. And I got my boxing IQ, and I'm just going to be the smarter fighter is going to win that night. the first guy who makes a mistake is gonna pay for it. So we gotta be well prepared. Expect a very technical and tactical fight, and it's not gonna be a war, but I gotta do what I have to do just to come out victorious.
Yeah, that's a good point that you're thinking of because you see Shakur's other performances, and some would say like, no, he's more of a boxer. But with Jamel, he stepped forward to him, and you would think, oh, maybe he wants to try to like impose his size a little bit with you, and maybe he would be more than usual willing to come forward because he has the size advantage.
I don't think so. Yeah, like I said it before, but I do. There is. It's Sometimes I saw with Jamel Herring where he stays in there and bangs. He might get a little that heat of a moment. Where when you get aggressive, you try to risk, and it could happen. But I'm not expecting it. I'm not expecting. I'm expecting the best Shakur out there. I'm expecting the best. The way he fought Jamel Herring, a very technical fight. I'm expecting the best because that's gonna bring the best out of me. So everybody should tune in to this fight because it's gonna be a very exciting fight. Well, I'm gonna give my best. I'm gonna be my best to make it an interesting fight. It might be like a technical chess game fight, but you never know. Boxing has has a lot of magical nights.
When you're preparing for this fight and you see the 30 other fights that you've had, do you consider Shakur already the best opponent, the most talented opponent you have faced or prepared for, or do you still not see something there that many people have already given him credit for?
Without a doubt, I would say he's the toughest opponent of my career to this day. There's but every fight is more important than the last one. So yes, it's the most important fight, but then if we win this fight, there's gonna be another fight which is more important than this last one. So as every fight continues to grow, the competition rises, and you only have to grow as a fighter. And who knows, one day maybe if everything's going good, you go to 135 and you look at the best competition in there, and it never ends. It never ends. If you go up to one, it's boxing and winning titles is very addicting. That's why boxers always continue to maybe go up divisions and look out for the best because it's very addicting to as far as success. So that's what we want. We want to be a successful fighter. We want to be considered one of the best. We want to turn into legends. I want to look at myself. I want kids to look at myself the same way I look at Marco Antonio Barrera, Eric Morales, Julio Cesar Chavez, and those type of fighters.
I've seen you in dogfights. I was there when you fought Scott Quigg in the rain with no one there in the audience, with the broken jaw. And I think that showed like how much heart you have, and that when things are really, really deep and tough, like you're willing to bite down. Do you think Shakur has that same type of heart, that same type of grit in those types of situations like you've shown?
I hope so. I hope so because, I truly feel that we owe this to the fans, and we don't want a situation where maybe there's a headbutt and a cut and the fight's over. We really want to give the fans what they want, which is a good fight, and I will do my best to do it. So I don't know what Shakur has the heart or not, but that's not up to me. I just concentrate on what I'm doing in the gym, training hard to keep on improving as a fighter.
On a last topic, I know a lot of fans are wondering, you're there training with Canelo. What is he telling you about the fight? What is he telling you about Shakur? And what kind of advice is he giving you coming into this?
Just different stuff. Obviously he's been in the ring with all types of fighters, southpaws, orthodox, and he's fought fighters that fight backwards and fighters that bang. And so he obviously has experience. He gives us one or two tips, simple tips, nothing too crazy, nothing that a trainer wouldn't tell you. So we do have Eddie Reynoso, obviously the man who made Canelo Alvarez. So Canelo just tries to help. He's a very positive guy. He brings a lot of positive energy, good energy to the gym, and we all want what he has. He has all the belts. He's going up in division, doing crazy things in boxing, and we're trying to do something similar. It looks beautiful when they have all the belts. When Canelo has all the belts, when Tyson Fury has all those belts, when he has George Taylor has all those belts. It's just a beautiful sensation seeing all those belts together, and that's something that we want. So this is the first step. We got Shakur Stevenson is holding WBO, and from there on, the sky's the limit. We want all the belts, but It sounds like a long journey, but it's not impossible.
Oscar, thank you so much, man. It's good catching up with you. I'm sure I'll catch up with you later as we get closer to the fight. As always, great seeing you. My man right here, Oscar Valdez, taking on Shakur Stevenson, coming up on ESPN. Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.